Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about the new e-bikes coming out in 2023, a couple ones that are lingering from 2022, and some that are hidden gems. So I want to talk about all of them today, and all of these bikes are moped style e-bikes. That's my favorite style. I think they're really cool looking, and I think they're really going to be really popular this year. So there's a lot of new ones coming out. And this is the first one that I found that I haven't seen anybody else talk about. This is the Aspadz Cavet, but it's a moped style e-bike. This has a top speed of 28 miles per hour with a 70 plus mile range. It comes in 4 different colors. They're really neat looking. So here's the black one with the yellow accents. It's just really cool. I like the seat. The seat doesn't look super comfortable, but I like the way it looks. It's like a cafe racer style seat, but it's got a really nice headlight. Looks like it's got front suspension. It's got the BMX kind of square styled handlebars similar to the Grizzly by Ariel rider. It's got a rear fender. It's got a really cool rear tail light, and the same display that I've seen on one other bike in this category that we're going to talk about today. It comes in black, yellow. So here's the yellow one. Looks like it's got the shark style battery with some accents on it. It does have pedals, 20 by 4 inch, fat tires, and it's just a really slick looking bike. Now it's not super fast, but it is really cool looking. Now it doesn't have rear suspension, so it is a hardtail, so not super comfortable. But there are a couple on this list that have rear suspension. And then here's the white one. Looks like they're using V-tire speedsters on this bike. Super slick looking. We got top speed of 28 miles per hour, a 48 volt 20 amp hour battery, which is pretty small for this type of bike, but it does have a 1000 watt peak motor, which is probably 750 watt nominal. Air suspension in the front, and an advanced LCD display, which it looks like it's just monochrome, black and white. Inverted air suspension. Here's your motor. It doesn't look like it's a name brand, looks like it's their own. No Bafang here. The LCD display, I've seen this on another bike, one that we will look at today. Swappable battery, multi-function light system. Looks like it's got blinkers, turn signals built into the headlight. The weird thing about this bike, if you look at it, it doesn't have a front fender, but it has this little rear fender, which I kind of like the way it looks. I think it's pretty neat, but I know some people prefer front fenders. And that's pretty much it for that bike. No price on this one yet. Doesn't look like it's released yet. More information will be available on their website if you want to go check it out. And I'll leave a link in the description for all of these. The next one, this one I think was actually released last year, but this is the Rize Blade 2. It is a moped style e-bike. As you can see, it's got the rear rack on the back, so that's pretty nice. Only could fit 1 passenger. It does have the moped motorcycle style headlight and derailleur and all that. A lot of these are going to be fairly similar, but this one is a 1000 watt motor with a 52 volt battery, 52 volt system. The only drawback to this one is it only had the $2,500 price point. It only has a 15 amp hour battery, so you would technically want to probably upgrade that and get a second battery to double your range essentially. But they're saying this one's designed for off-road use. It does have rear suspension as well as front, and it has a couple different colors. So there's a red one, a black one, here's one without the rack, the yellow one, and I think that's the only 3 colors I got. This one is available, so you can purchase this today if you are interested. But this is the fat tire moped style e-bike, free shipping, 14-day return policy. I've seen a lot of people talk about this bike and have reviewed them, and I think they're just really nice looking. So this one has a thumb throttle. I believe the last one had a twist. I didn't really say. Here's the tail light, super bright headlight, we're seeing these a lot more on these moped style bikes, which is preferred. And does have a derailleur, like I said, and thumb throttle and things like that. You can find all the specifications and all that on their website, but this is the Rize Blade 2.
Since the dawn of time, humanity's sole purpose has been to evolve. To be better than we once were. To be the best we can be. Introducing the C3Strom Astro. Unlike any bike ever before. The Astro was designed intentionally with riders in mind. From its simple functionality to its effortless handling, and large pedals and lean links. The custom LCD display clearly shows your speed, battery, and turn signals.
This is the C3Strom Astro Pro. They also have a C3Strom Astro, but it doesn't really list it on their website. They do have it listed on their website, but this doesn't open anything up. This one starts at $26.99 for the Astro Pro. I think the Astro is cheaper, but it also, I believe, has a smaller battery, if I'm not mistaken. It's a really sleek looking bike. I really like the headlight. It has two different colors, so there's the black version, or dark gray, and then here's the silver color. So here you go, there's your color, and there's your silver. Bunch of different accessories. This one's really cool. Look how long this chain is, though. I noticed that on the review from E-Rock Rods. He just picked this bike up. It really caught my attention just for the mere looks of it. It's a lot different than any of the other E-MOPED style bikes that I have on this list. And I mean, each one's unique in their own way, but this one, I just really like the way it's designed. Let's see if we can look at some specs. So this has a 1040 watt hour battery, so it's a 52 volt 20 amp hour battery. The lighting system has 130 lux headlight. According to some of the reviews I've seen, it's super bright, so that's really nice. It does have like motorcycle controls. You have a horn and a turn signal, and hydraulic brakes and a derailleur, and the shifter is actually flipped on this bike. E-Rock Rods just did a initial impressions video of this bike, so if you want to see more about it, go check out his video. Here's one that I've been really looking at. This is the Rumble Motors Apex, starting price of $29.50. I think that's great for this bike. It has full suspension as well, so really nice design. I like the suspension being really close to the rear dropout, so it should work fairly well. And there's not a whole lot of information on this one yet. So this has a 52 volt 20 amp hour battery as well, and two dual 1000 watt motors with a peak power of 4000 watts. So pre-order price $29.50. It doesn't look like it's available yet to ship. It's got a top speed of 40 miles an hour with a range of up to 80 miles. So, you know, you're gonna use your lowest speed setting to get that amount. But right now, if you're interested in this bike, you can get it less than $3,000. Now, Rumble Motors also makes the Rumble V4 and the Air V2. I have seen these. Air SS V2 as well. Now you can see the price on these. They're pretty expensive, but they're high-powered e-bikes. We're not going to talk about those today. Maybe in a future video. But the Apex is a really nice bike. I think for the price that you can get it right now, it's a very good deal, especially with the dual 1000 watt motors and the full suspension. Again, they don't have a whole lot of specs in that regard. Hopefully there'll be some videos on this here in the near future.
Our Connecticut-based operation has been building the Bandit since 2018. Since then, we've been continuously improving the design, and we want to give you an update on what makes this e-bike so special. The Bandit is unlike any other e-bike on the market. In its stock form, the Bandit includes a 1500 watt motor, a 1200 watt hour battery, a 7-speed derailleur, our custom 60-tooth chainring, dual headlight and turn signals, and a legitimate VIN that you can choose to use if you want to register. The latest generation now comes with the option to upgrade to either Cafe Racer or to Adventure Bike styling. The Cafe features a windscreen, single headlight, and Cafe bars, while the Adventure includes dirt tires and has reinforcements on the motor to protect through rough terrain. You can also choose from a single battery or dual battery. You want options, so we're giving you options. Prefer a DIY approach? No problem. At Spark, we're all about giving our riders the ability to work on their bikes. We want to see you modify and make the Bandit your own. That's why we use standardized components, make tons of tutorial videos, and have staff here to answer your phone calls and emails when you get stuck. We know the e-bike marketplace has become very overwhelming. We appreciate you considering the Bandit, and we hope you'll give our team the chance to build your dream bike.
And next up on the list is the one that probably most of you have heard about, but the Spark Cycleworks electric moped called the Bandit. Now this has a 2000 watt hub motor in the back. They're made in the USA. All their production is done in their warehouse in Connecticut, I believe. Yeah, Branford, Connecticut. They just recently had to move. I think they're in the process of doing that, so there might be a slight delay on shipments if you order one of these. As you can see, it's got the BMX handlebars, headlights, turn signals. This one you can actually register and get license for if you want to. And the price right now for this, their sale price, is $3,095. So $200 off for the New Year sale. So with the Spark Cycleworks, you do have to actually pay for shipping, and there is taxes, of course. So it's a little bit over $3,100, more like $3,200 after taxes. Now the cool thing about them is you can customize the bike to what you want. So if you want to add different tires, you can add different tires. If you want to have a standard dual headlight or a single round, or if you want to get LEDs, you can get that. And it'll customize it on the screen too. It's really cool how they have the build process right here, so you see everything live. Now you can change the handlebars, you can add a basket, you can add a second battery. So their single battery is 24.5 amp hours, which is really big. That's down here. And then if you want to add a second battery, it's an additional $700, and that adds a 20 amp hour up here. So a total of 45 amp hours, which is a ton. You can get a lowering kit, so if you're a shorter rider and you need to get your bike lower to the ground so you can get on it, you can do that. Or if you want a taller seat with more padding, if you're over 6'2", so this would probably fit me really good. You can change your shocks, you can get different color shocks, you can do whatever you want basically for this bike. And of course everything you change and add, it increases the price, but you can do all the customization on their website, which is really cool. So the base price is $3,095. That's before taxes and shipping. And Spark is a very cool company. Now they also have Project Javelin in the works, so hopefully they'll release that soon. And they have a couple other things, so go check out their Instagram if you haven't already. They do a lot of stuff on there. They post stories all the time. Super funny. I really enjoy watching what they're doing in the e-bike world. So the Lyric Graffiti by Lyric Cycles is one of the new hyped e-bikes out there. A lot of people are really interested in this bike because it is a really good purchase. It's got a top speed of 38 miles per hour, which entices a lot of people. 80 to 100 mile range with the dual battery version. Their hub motor is 2,500 watts, and it does have regenerative braking. I believe on the left hand side it has a regenerative brake, so you can generate energy back into your battery, which is really cool. It comes in this black color as well as the white, which is liquid cement is what they call it, and gunmetal. I like the white one myself, the liquid cement. I think it looks pretty cool. Now you can carry a passenger on this. It does have rear pegs. It has a low maintenance belt drive. Very nice. It never rusts. You never have to put oil on it. It has a egg rider display, which I believe from what I've heard this is changing out and they're going to get a different display. Does not have turn signals that I know of, at least right now. It does have a really nice headlight and hydraulic brakes, which is pretty much becoming standard nowadays. Now it does have a rear rack as well, so you can add a rear rack on the back of this. And you can get a single battery or a dual battery. Looks like the single battery sold out on the gunmetal, but the liquid cement you can still get the single battery. Of course, you're going to pay more for the dual battery version of this bike, but this one you also have to pay taxes and shipping, so no free shipping on this. So you're going to pay a little bit closer to $4,000 if you get the dual battery version, and maybe even a little bit more than that depending on the amount for shipping to your area. But this is a really popular one. I know it's going to give the Grizzly a lot of run for their money. So Ariel rider, you better be paying attention to this. And next up is one of my favorite e-bikes personally, the Grizzly V3. I don't know if they're coming out with any more enhancements, but they've added some new features like turn signals. And I always really love this bike. I like the way it looks. I love the price. The price is great. It has dual batteries. That's the only way you can order it. 35 amp hour total, so probably a 15 and a 20, and dual 1000 watt motors. So the top speed on this one I think is around 35 miles an hour, maybe a little bit more than that depending, but it comes in 3 colors. They just added the blue and the yellow or gold to the lineup, so that is pretty cool. And it's got the 20 by 4 inch fat tires, digital color display, hydraulic brakes, you name it, and for $32.99. And the great thing about Ariel rider is you don't have to pay taxes, I don't believe, unless you live in maybe Washington or California, but in Missouri where I live I don't have to pay taxes for it, and it's free shipping to the lower 48 states. So $32.99 is what you pay, and that's the final price, at least for me. This one is one of my favorites. I will own a Grizzly one day. Hopefully soon I'll get one to review. Now the Grizzly does have full suspension, so you can see it's got rear shocks and front shocks. So it's really a nice, comfortable ride. I think this is probably one of the most popular E-MOPED style bikes. This is a really cool design and I love it. I can't wait to get my hands on one. And then this is the Pedal Electric All-Wheel Drive 3. This is a dual motor, dual 1000 watt motor, 40 to 75 mile range, full suspension, 1008 watt hour of battery. It's got dual Bafang motors. It has a top speed of 36 miles per hour, and there's not a whole lot of information on this bike, but the price is the same as the Grizzly, $32.99. So with Pedal Electric you do have taxes and you do have to pay for shipping, so there's a little bit of drawback there. You don't get free shipping with Pedal Electric. So if you're interested in this bike, you are going to pay a little bit more than the Grizzly. Taxes are going to run you about $200 to $300, shipping probably around that same price. So just keep that in mind. That's another E-MOPED style bike I was looking at that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about. I would say probably a hidden gem for a lot of people that don't know a lot about Ariel rider, or maybe haven't seen this bike, but the X-Class 52 volt very nice bike. Now this has a single hub motor. It's 1,000 watt. I believe it does around 32 miles per hour top speed. You can get black, blue, red are the colors. I, of course, would go with the blue one if it was me. But this is another really good buy for the price. This is the lowest priced bike I have on the list right now, I believe. This is the lowest priced E-MOPED bike that I've seen that comes from a pretty reputable company and has a lot of really good reviews. Lots of people have done a lot of modifications to it. It is dual suspension. I believe it does have hydraulic brakes. It's got that really bright headlight and tail light with turn signals, and just something that I think a lot of people don't know about, and hopefully in the near future more people will know about it because it is a hidden gem. It's got a 52 volt 20 amp hour battery, which is plenty to get you around town, and you can get around town in style because it just looks like a really slick bike. It's a 1,000 watt nominal, 2,000 watt peak hub motor, and I don't think you can beat the E-MOPED style bikes at this price range. This is one of the better buys and probably my top pick out of all the bikes that I've talked about today. They also have a step through version, so if you're a little bit shorter and you want to go with this style, same colors, black, blue, and red, but they have the step through version. Same specs, 1,000 watt nominal, 2,000 watt peak, all the same stuff. Turn signals, a headlight, hydraulic brakes, all that good stuff. So if you're interested in Ariel Rider e-bikes, I do have an affiliate link for them. If you click on it and you purchase one of their bikes, I do get credit for the sale. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does give me a little bit of kickback. It helps invest in this channel, and I really hope you use that if you decide to pick up one of their bikes, whether you get the Grizzly, the X-Class, or the Kepler. But that'll wrap it up for this video. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comment section. If you're interested in any of these bikes, please let me know which one is your favorite down in the comments as well. If you like this video, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.